Welcome back to another episode of the group chat. It is Thursday, Phil, so it is the odds on edition. Let's go. What are you looking forward to this weekend? What do you got your eye on?
It is Thursday.
Correct.
And it's also Game 2, State of Origin.
Tonight?
Women's State of Origin tonight.
Way to bait the viewers.
Sorry,
State of Origin.
It's coming up, though.
It's
this month.
It's coming in hot, too.
Was it like 28th?
End of this month, yeah.
Crazy. It's already that time of the season.
I know.
But yeah, Game 2, Blues taking out Game 1, the 32-12, I think. So,
over in Queensland too.
Yeah,
so Game 2's in New South Wales.
Love to see it.
NSW territory. Let's go.
Great skill on display.
Mm-hmm.
So keen for Game 2. You'll hear about that later on, I guess. But I'm expecting a closer game.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to what happened last year. Blues took out Game 1, kind of, not as dominant as this year, but it was kind of like, I think it was even like a 22-12, so very similar scoreline. And then Queensland bounced back with like a 1-point win, so I'm expecting Game 2 to be a lot closer.
And last year they only had 2 games, correct?
They had 3 last year. The year before, I think, they were doing 2s, and the year before that 2, and then the year before that was like 1 game.
Who did win it last year over the 3 games? So obviously New South Wales won Game 1, Queensland Game 2. Game 3, the decider.
Queensland took it out. I think Queensland won 2-1, yes. So.
After getting hammered in the first game. Not hammered 24-12, but
yeah. So it was somewhere around that scoreline.
Okay.
They won the second game 12-11 maybe, and I can't remember what the third score was.
It's a low scoring affair, 12-11.
But yeah, I feel like, they were definitely better than what they were playing like for Game 1. So
that's tickling your toes.
$2.85.
So that's tonight. We've also got the PGA Championship kicking off tonight. At Quail Hollow. Foxy. He's in the mix. I think he is one of the first to tee off. He probably is on that drive to Quail Hollow. He tees off in the first group, I think at 11:05 tonight. Coverage here in New Zealand doesn't start till tomorrow morning, though.
Okay.
What else we got this weekend? Canes Highlanders Friday night at the Caketon.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
Rugby League.
Bit of Rugby League.
UFC Fight Night, FA Cup. Nice and early.
City versus Crystal Palace. And I'm sure you'll touch on that, but we'll have a little bit of chit-chat on FA Cup.
No Chiefs this weekend. Disappointing.
The big one for us, obviously, is a little Auckland FC semi-final over in Melbourne, though. So that's a 9:35 kickoff, I believe. And we are doing a watch party over in Auckland, Tyler Street Sports Bar, in and around Britomart. We've got our live pot as well, which our mate Goran, he's hosting it. I think when I last checked, we're at $1,700 in the pot, so you can buy in for $10. Quick maths, that means there's over about 170 members already in the pot, which is cool.
Mad.
Which is cool.
Yeah, nice.
And then, because, bless our kind souls, we're putting $5 in for every $10. So we're going to boost that pot when it does close. I'm going to have to get amongst it, I think. Put a $10 in there and let Goran do what he does.
Yeah.
I would say do what he does best, but looking at his record for when he was picking when I was away, I'll just say I'll let Goran do what he wants to do.
It's pretty good with that Ollie Sale call, actually. Yeah. Even though he is a Knicks fan, I think saying Perth were bottom of the table, that Wellington Phoenix were going to go goalless in their last game of the season. He did pick it. I got to give it, even as a fan, there wasn't even a little bit of a moment where he was like, nah, we'll finish strong. He was like, we're not scoring.
Yeah.
So.
He's already talking of a clean sheet this weekend for AP. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago Auckland FC went to Melbourne to take on the Victory and left with a 2-0 win. So I know he's looking at that clean sheet. Obviously, there is so many chats coming through with punters' opinions, but it all comes down to Goran. Well, he wants to put it on. He looks like he's going to have a bit of money in the pot to play around with, which could be fun. Saturday night. So I
back him.
Yeah, it'll be a bit of fun. And also, while we're talking Auckland FC, semi-finals A-League, the return leg at home at Mount Smart, we've still got our giveaway, which ends this Sunday, the Bet Your Base, which arguably is some of the best seats in the house, free food, free drink, Bet Your merch. get your entries in. We've got 20 double passes to give away, I believe. So you and a mate can come along if you do win.
Me and a mate?
You?
Well, I'm not allowed to enter.
No, you and a mate.
Oh, okay.
You and me as your mate.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can enter.
Okay, that's fine.
Or you can take a family member if you want. You can take you and a family member.
Oh, nice.
You and someone else.
R18?
Bet responsibly. Correct. T's and C's do apply.
No children.
No. There is a live DJ. I mean, pitch side action. There's that video that was blowing up from the corner that Auckland FC scored right in front of the Betcher base. So if you haven't already, get amongst it. Get your entries in. Closes this Sunday. It will be well worth your time if you do win. Auckland FC to make some history. Could be cool.
Hell yeah.
So that's on the slate for this weekend. F1 obviously. Italian Grand Prix, but not the Monza one. We have the first time Kimi Antonelli races in front of his home fans as an Italian driver, which could be cool.
True.
It is early morning Monday, though, like a 1 a.m. job, so we shall see. Should we get this thing started, Phil?
Yeah. Someone came in for Duhan as well, wasn't it? Was it Duhan that got something?
Yeah. Jack Doohan got the sack. Did Mick Schumacher come in? No, it wasn't Mick Schumacher. He's in line for a Cadillac seat next year.
I feel like it's an Italian, funnily enough.
Oh, really?
Sounds Italian.
Wow, okay.
Can't remember, though.
Fair dinkum. Let's go into our bet it out 50-22 versus our 40-20. I'm so glad we didn't decide on a punishment for the loser of this because currently you have like an $800 lead.
Okay.
And I know... So we've got the way we've set it out. It's going until the end of the Super Rugby regular season. So what we should do is maybe once the Super Rugby regular season finishes, start with a fresh slate again.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course.
As like a season 2 bet it out.
Wipe out that $700.
Yeah, forget about it.
Doesn't exist.
This is our warm-up round. Forget about it, and then we can put a bit of a punishment on the line. Continue with the same format, of course. I mean, if you want to have a think about it, feel free to come up with something for the loser of this warm-up if you want to. I mean, I could always bring it back. There's still 3 weeks left. Go and hit a big one.
You absolutely could.
So if we want to do a little punishment for it, we can. If not, once the Super Rugby season ends, going into playoffs, obviously there's plenty more rugby league to play. They'll have the British Irish Lions series. We'll have All Blacks. Plenty more rugby union, so we might as well keep it going. But we can maybe get like a season 2 with a punishment at the end.
Okay.
Just to keep things interesting, you know. Keep us on our toes. But anyway, kick us off, Phil, with your 40-20 multi for this weekend.
Whoa. 40-20. Okay, so we take on the Dolphins. We're paying like $1.85, I think, to win that one.
Yep.
I do like how Farnworth has been playing, though.
Herbie.
He's probably one of the best centres as it stands currently in the league. And he's been on a bit of a scoring spree as well, I think, scoring 4 of the last 5, if I remember correctly. So I'm following him in. In addition to that, Eels, Knights, they have the first game of the weekend on Friday. Zach Lomax is back for the Eels. The Knights, they're down a certain Greg Marju on the wing. So they're bringing in a little bit of inexperience up against Zach Lomax on his return. I think a try is due in that corner. Little Mitch Moses up and under for Zach Lomax to dot down. So those two to score.
Yeah.
477.
Nice little try scorer double there.
Yes, indeed. I think I had to switch it up. I kept following the Bulldogs in.
Yeah.
Every week, so
yeah,
I was getting a bit cheeky with that one.
Do you have a return on that? No, that's what you're getting?
Huh?
50 into... I need to know what I'm working with.
Yeah, so $238.87.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sticking with my same game multis, and it is going to come tomorrow night. Hurricanes, Highlanders. Hopefully I'm going to watch this cash live. So
Hurricanes $1.05 or something?
They are, but I'm going to take them 13 plus. The Highlanders have been not putting up points. They've been getting points put up against them. Obviously losing to Moana Pacifica 34-29 or something. Closer game. I'll give them that.
Yep.
But it was, 34-29. Week beforehand, losing to the Crusaders 43-10. Week before that, losing to the Chiefs 46-10.
Okay.
I wanted to maybe take a Hurricanes over 30 and a half points, but we only offered 36, so it was a little bit high for my taking.
Yeah, they've been, 35 the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been tight. And I don't feel like a sweat fest on a Friday night. So, Hurricanes plus winning margin, 13 plus. But to combat that, to get a bit of value in there, I've got a Jonah Lowe, anytime try scorer, for the Highlanders. So we're going a Highlanders try scorer, but Hurricanes win, which gets me up at $5.43 for that.
Cheeky little SGM.
Yeah, 2-leg SGM, and I'll tell you what that's going to return, because boy, oh boy, it's going to put me back in the green. 271.
Okay.
So it's not even that massive, but
I think it does put you in the green, actually.
it should put me in the green. Fingers crossed.
So,
and then I've got 2 weeks to really bring it back.
Okay.
Am I factoring in what?
COVID.
Yeah, the COVID outbreak in the Hurricanes camp.
Not a 2025 headline I was expecting.
No.
At all.
But it came at the right time for the Hurricanes during the bye week.
You talked about a sweat fest. I think that camp was a sweat fest.
Everyone with COVID. Yeah.
So interesting to see how they perform in an 80-minute game after supposed COVID.
Well, the line is minus 17.5, so the bookies think they'll perform just fine.
$1.09 is crazy.
I'm taking that little COVID factor in and just going the 13 plus.
Okay.
A little bit of wiggle room there to not have to win by 18 points, because that does seem like a ridiculous margin. So there it is. Super Rugby versus NRL, bet it out for another week. Comeback is on. Phil,
Yes, sir.
you want to hit me with your lock?
I mean, we were just talking about it. It's my lock's Hurricanes 13 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. Well, I was going to make a joke about Hurricanes $1.07, but we kind of passed it now. So
I thought
that
you
could also be a lock.
I thought you were trying to talk me off Hurricanes 13 plus, and then you switch it up and go with it yourself.
Well, I was hoping maybe you could change Highlanders little 1 to 12, maybe. COVID factor.
No way. The Highlanders, I wrote in my tip sheet, Highlanders are just there participating at the moment. Their season's
$8.50.
dead and gone. They're there
1
for
to
the
12.
participation medal.
Yeah. They're just leaking tries, aren't they?
They are.
So anyway, I think I have to take the Hurricanes, have to fully win their 13 plus.
What is that paying as a single? Like $1.70 or $1.40?
What?
13 plus?
$1.47.
$1.47. Okay. All right. I went through my locks, actually.
Oh.
And after missing my first 2 locks at the start, when we started doing this, I've now gone 5 in a row.
Okay.
So I'm in a bit of a hot streak.
Okay.
I'm 5 of 7 overall.
Chiefs last week too, actually. My lock, $2.05.
Got up. Yep.
Indeed.
So you're on a bit of a roll as well. Our locks are doing better than for me personally. Lots of my other bets. But for me, a lock is the Warriors' first half point spread against the Dolphins. Minus 0.5.
Okay.
Gets you $1.88. So basically, the Warriors win the first half.
Yep.
Feel like they've been good as of late, and then grinding out the wins in the second half on the back of their defense. But if they can crack the Dolphins open early, get a bit of a first half lead, should be smooth sailing.
Yep.
Until the 40-minute mark.
They're generally sort of dominant in that first half, right? And then second half, they've kind of relied on their defense.
Yeah.
Not scored.
And I was surprised to see the point spread at 0.5. I thought it might be a little bit higher. So seeing it that low, bookies think it could go either way at halftime.
Halftime, yeah.
Take the Waz. Take the Waz. Why not? You laugh?
FA Cup.
Oui.
Sunday, nice and early, 3 a.m. Boom. Both teams to score? Yes. FA Cup final, cinematic. What's better than that?
It's at Wembley, just confirming.
What's better than this? Penalties. FA Cup penalties is what we want. So half-time, full-time, draw.
Oh,
$10.38.
Yeah.
Now, I really wanted to see Crystal Palace lift the cup. That's paying around, $2.38?
Yeah.
Could have multied that in, unfortunately. But that's the direction I see. At least a goal for each team. Take it into extra time. Nothing happens. Boom. Penalties. Yes, please. Vintage.
Vintage FA Cup style.
Vintage FA Cup.
I like it. And it is at Wembley, I'm assuming?
I should
It's
hope
gotta
so.
be.
When is it not at Wembley?
Yeah, that's got to be a crazy atmosphere to get around.
Yeah.
Especially for Palace fans.
Yeah.
And especially seeing the form City are in. A 0 draw with Southampton on the weekend. Crystal Palace will be licking their lips. It would be lovely to see City go trophyless for a season, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Boy, oh boy, that would be nice. And then as a United fan, you'd love to have one trophy in your cabinet and City have none.
Tottenham have none. Arsenal have none.
I actually saw some more comments about that, and it honestly seems very split, with fans saying, like, the rivalry with Tottenham, the smaller London club, like, really, who cares anymore?
Tottenham?
Yeah, about Tottenham. If they win a trophy, fair play to them. Like, go on, have your trophy. You're a little club.
No trophy.
This is what the comments are saying.
No trophy.
And then lots of them are like, nah, North London derby is the be-all and end-all. Like, we can't have Tottenham winning a trophy and us not. So I'm getting both sides, but it does seem pretty split. So I wasn't alone in my views in wanting Tottenham to win.
Disgusting.
Because lots of people like now, even the thought of supporting United for half a second disgusts people. So,
but you can support Tottenham.
Like I said,
where is the value?
Like I said on Tuesday, it is a lose-lose situation.
What do we think of Tottenham?
Shit.
Well, there you go. So.
What do we think of United, though?
Oh, fantastic in the Europa League, undefeated.
I'm going to stay away from football, and I am going to go to the PGA Championship for my laugh. And it is kind of a laugh because Ryan Fox shouldn't even be in this tournament. But after he won last week, he's in there, and he's in a bitcha boost.
Oh.
And you probably wouldn't ever see these three names together. Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, Ryan Fox. I couldn't get the third finger up. The three of them, one of those to win the PGA Championship's paying $5. So essentially, you're backing Rory, who's in the form of his life. He loves Quail Hollows, to win. Bryson DeChambeau's in with a chance, and Foxy's there for the fun. But on the back of his form, Foxy, he can get the job done. So the three of them in there, one of those guys to win it. The Betcha Boost is paying $5.
Nice.
So that's where I'll go.
It's nice from Betcha, that.
Yeah. And then our ladder challenge came to a screeching halt in the first leg with backing the Betcha Boost last week. Navajo to win by KO.
Oh, did we do that?
Yeah.
Oh. Shit.
KO, TKO.
Shit.
But I thought we'd go again on another Betcha Boost. I thought we should team up, and I've got the choice for you. So we've got two Betcha Boosts this weekend. One of them is DWZ and the Hammer, both to score. Okay? That's the first one, and it is paying $4.
Okay.
So it'd be 10 into 40. The second Betcha Boost is on the Auckland FC semi-final. And that is Auckland FC to win either half at $2.50.
Auckland FC.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
You want to go Auckland FC at $2.50 to win either half?
Yeah.
All right.
What does that boost? What does that pay?
Up to $2.50.
Oh, yeah.
So should I throw that in now for you?
Not as big as the other one, but I think it's more likely. And up the AFC.
The ladder challenge isn't about going big early. It's about building. You build up. You climb those rungs.
Build the foundations.
That's happy done.
Is it?
I believe so.
Oh, it is. Multiverse after.
Yeah, we'll get those out there. We need to try and get one of those multis up. That's all we've got for this weekend.
True.
If you are going to have a bet, bet responsibly. Have some fun. If you do want to follow Phil and I in on our bets for the week, they'll be on our Bet Social profiles, won't they, Phil?
Yes, sir.
And
top 6, Super Rugby.
Talk to me.
Moana Blues.
That
is probably the Super Rugby comp right there. That 5 to 9 is kind of what you want to be looking at, right? So, little top 6 tussle.
Yeah, that's Moana have a chance to obviously secure their first finals berth, but they've got to go through the Blues, the Hurricanes, and the Chiefs, is it? on the away there, and they almost need to be perfect. They don't have to be, depending on other results.
Yeah.
But they almost need to be perfect. The outsiders against the Blues this weekend.
Blues got a bye next week too.
Yeah, and you get no points for the bye. You get 4 points for a win.
To me, it feels like Moana have to win this game out of any of those.
I would like them to, actually. I'd love to see them beat the Blues.
Yeah. Blues don't want to sneak back into where they are. They're back in 5th somehow, or whatever it was.
I know. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Go.
All right, we'll leave it there, and we will catch up on Tuesday, see how we've gone, and round up the weekend. Till then, thanks for listening.